You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more.
Well, Power Man, this is your boy, Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today we have an amazing creative duo. They return guests. They got a book that's popping called California. Last time they were here, they were talking about the debut. And now they're here, you know what I mean? In that effort right now, that sophomore, that second issue, baby. Let's introduce the creative duo of author Ebuen and Dave Law. Hey, fellas, how you doing?
How's it going, Al? Good to see you, man.
Likewise. Yo, welcome back, fellas. Excited to talk about the developments of the story. Thank you. What up, Danny? What's popping? I can't wait to dig in. Issue 2, fire. Thank you for allowing me to read that. Obviously, always like to read things, right before the show. Got some feel, beautiful art, story flows well. A lot of stuff going on. You got people wondering. Before we talk all about that wonderful goodness, I want to know about yourselves in the past year, because the last time we spoke was about a year and 2 months ago. So it's been a while. All right?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Flies, folks. Look at Dave. Last time I had very short hair, almost bald, and now looking like Fabio and shit.
My Adam's apple hadn't dropped yet. I was just a fresh young kid. My voice was all high.
Yeah. And within a year, puberty hit, and look at how Dave Law grew up. Where, yo, meal. All right.
No, it's funny. Me and Art were just talking about how, last time we were on the show, how it was a pretty different scenario. And it's kind of cool that we've, can come back on now. We've got some, half the body of work out there already. And we're going strong on it. So it's kind of cool.
Oh, really strong. So let's talk about that. In this past year, between that first issue and this second issue, what were the lessons you guys kind of learned in that first project that you said, okay, we got to fix this from the first and make sure we don't duplicate this on this second one?
Oh, I'll say Dave was the brave one between our professional friendship. He goes, our professional relationship. We're just to let you know, Al, we're almost done with issue 3. We're just about to finish issue 3.
Well, I know. Listen, there's a pretty large button on it.
Yeah, but in this third issue, Dave goes, "Hey, Art, can I try something different and change our workflow?" And I was like, "Sounds good." I mean, we're gonna skip a couple steps, but at this point, we kind of know each other's, like what we do and don't like. And Dave, if you want to explain the workflow, we're plowing through issue 3 in like a very efficient and great way, and I would say we wouldn't. Not only we're not missing a beat, we're like hitting strides on this one.
Yeah, definitely. We, I think with the first issue, we did kind of a more traditional process where, Art already had the whole story written out. So, we kind of started from the script as far as I'm concerned. And the first issue I did the script, I did a bunch of thumbnails to kind of lay out how each page was going to be. Then I did all the pencils for everything. And then I think we did inks and then colors. Yes, maybe even there was quite a few steps in there. And this is this was kind of a longer stride than I would normally do that with, but I'm always open to try different kinds of ways to put together a comic book. It has its pros, it definitely does. But it also, I realized how I like to work, and when you start like that, and it's more of a giant project. You're just doing this huge project. You're doing the initial layouts of this huge project. Then you're doing all the pencils. Then it feels more like a mountain that you're tackling versus the way we're doing it right now, which is I still did all the thumbnails and layouts, so we knew how the story was going to pretty much look. But from that point, I'm just creating the complete page as we go. So I'm just going page 1, page 2, page 3 from.
Yeah, like inks to colors. Like he goes from thumbnail and then straight to inks and colors, like a full page completely done from the thumbnail.
Oh,
but I think we speak each other's language enough where his thumbnails, I know where he's going, and also he's cool with if there's a small edit and we can make the edit in color. But it's just been like cool. I'm glad we kind of understand each other, and it's just been going well. It's working.
So what
Yeah.
that means is we're gonna get a hell of a amount of more projects from you guys, because you can't break up after this, all right? For real. All right. So great. So you're building on that. So what were some of the major inspirations in the continuing story in California? So let me bring up. So I want people, people watching, you want to see some art. I mean, and some story and how beautiful this book is. I mean, talk to me about this cover. And just for folks that don't know, I need one of you guys to catch people up on the premise of California.
We want to give the quick log line, Dave, in the beginning.
Yeah, go for it. All right.
So, in the near future, California has seceded and is now a corporate country with factions infighting to form their ideal of what this new nation should be. So, it's a fairly new nation, but it's about 10 years after the secession from the old Union, is what we call as Californians the old U.S. And so it's still young and new. So there's a few factions kind of like, hey, if we get a hold of this, we can make it what we want. And so there's and we're learning in issue 2 that there's an underground kind of movement within the corporate nation that is slowly kind of rising and showing them coming out of the shadows to say, hey, we're a player too. And this is Big Sis on the left and LB on the right. They're a sibling duo, and they're part of that underground faction, which there's more to them that you'll find out about in issue 3, but they kind of let themselves be known. So, yeah, they're kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I love the flow of the story, how it was going, getting a bit of insight who they were, but still it's like, all right, but wait a minute, what's popping? You find things out. I'm like, whoa, it gives me some throwback feels to something when I saw kind of where they do business, and I was like, oh shit, pretty cool. I'm digging it. Folks, I mean, look at this. Look at these panels. Look at this color. I mean, it's amazing, yo. So what are the themes here that we're exploring in issue 2 then, besides that rise up? I mean, with the work, how did you guys work together in building this and make it? Because again, it did feel cinematic. My eyes was just flowing. It looked like candy. Thank you. This is the good candy. Don't give you cavities, folks.
I didn't think there was a bad candy.
Listen, when you reach my age, you got to chill. Yeah, but these are beautiful pages, man. So how much fun you had working on the second issue, man? I mean, look at this.
Tons of fun. Yeah, that issue, we kind of get into the meat of things, and you start to meet some of the main characters. And there's just, Art just wrote in some great scenes to kind of, comic books, you have to be kind of quick. You have to tell a story about someone's background, about kind of their intentions relatively in a short manner. So, I like how Art works. He kind of gives me the main kind of things to put in there, and we kind of just went with it. So I loved this scene in particular. He thought out the kind of movements of the two characters and kind of this guy following her and her ultimately like realizing that she knows he's following her, and she's kind of got the upper hand. It's this Art's writing is full of this stuff, and it's really fun to draw it. It's an extra element of challenge to kind of give some nuance to the each panel, so that ultimately there's a larger picture that kind of comes out from it all.
See, that's what I mean about the cinematic feel. You see them walking, you have that second panel right there where you don't see what's going on. So she, you kind of feel like you see her hand pull down so you can see who's behind her, And I actually did that to a friend of mine once. I came out of night school when we were teenagers, was walking down the avenue, I had my headphones on blasting at night. I shouldn't have really been doing that, but I did. Man, and somebody like just pushes me. My God, I did not think twice. I just turned around and swung. I hit him in the stomach apparently, and he said, "Yo, it's me."
Well, to be fair, you don't sneak up on somebody when they're not. You just don't do that.
Not in 90s New York, you don't do that. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Be better. Be smarter.
Yeah. I mean, he was kind of asking.
He started reacting properly. Yay!
Yeah,
you know, I have a similar story. I wasn't sneaking up on my friend in the streets, but you know, like I had a friend who, you know, in high school, he had the house that we all hung out on, always doors open, unlocked, and everything. You could just go in and hang out. And one time we go over, and he's like asleep, taking a nap, and me and my friend were like high school kids thinking this is funny. We're like, oh, we'll scare him we'll just jump on him and pretend we're like, you know, kidnapping him or something like that. So dumb, right? Like, you already know where this is going. So we just like, you know, count to 3, jump on the guy, and he just wakes up swinging, right? And we both get clocked at least a couple times. And you know, you can't be too mad at that. You know, you're like, man, like just like you said, we were totally asking for it. You know, you wake someone up in a nap like that. Yeah, you're looking.
Oh yeah. Well, after I probably scream first, I'll definitely be swinging.
Just be happy there wasn't a weapon in the room, you know.
Thank goodness. Like, could you imagine? Holy shit! You maybe had a Twinkie and you slap you with that shit. You know, it wasn't funny. See, this is what I'm talking about, folks. This reminds me. I love this. Reminds me of G.I. Joe with the bass.
Yes.
Tell me you got some inspiration. When I saw this, I said, oh my God, what a throwback feel. Right?
Dave, I'll let him talk more about it, but when I wrote this scene, I didn't know it was going to be this cool. And then Dave sent me some early rough. I was like, whoa, that I said bunker, but you went deep. Like you went wild. I was like, yo, that's yeah, let's keep it. That's amazing. Like, wow, that's way more than expected, but in a good way. So I feel like this story got spoiled by Dave's treatment here. So
yeah. I think you guys are probably going to sell a lot of this model to these rich people that are buying underground bunkers now.
It'd be sweet, right? You know, like it definitely was one of those, like, you know, drawing this kind of thing. And as a kid, I'm always like, you envision having like this really awesome kind of fortress underneath what was kind of like a plain looking California house. So it was a lot of fun. And it also is like, as far as craft wise goes, when I really started drawing, I used to shy away from doing a lot of architecture type of elements. I like to draw people. That's always been my favorite thing to draw. But at one point I realized that, you know, you can't hide that stuff. And if you want to draw comic books, you gotta draw everything well. So I started to embrace everything that I used to be kind of afraid of drawing, and drawing architecture, being real accurate with rulers and that kind of drafting tools. It became something that I really loved and really enjoy. So every once in a while, I like to kind of get back into that mindset, and definitely this page kind of allowed me to do that.
Shit, look, you have fun for real. I'm telling you, please make a something for us to put our action figures in it. Yeah, come on. And look at this. I like this scene too. And there was a lot of stuff going on here. Funny, you know, and this is when I started getting more, but just like, okay, there's more than meets the eye, you know. Apparently after the base, but then this too. I'm like, all right, what's going on, yo? I'm digging it.
There's a little bit of a shooting range down there. So that's another thing. It's kind of the training for the underground faction that we're going to be discovering.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. I'm telling you guys. I mean, again, look at the art. The panel feels like that old school comic book feel. I mean, word bubble placement is perfect. You know what I mean? The pages of reading is perfect. Again, you know, eye candy. How can you guys not see? Again, you guys get on your taxes, so make sure, you know, I've been showing off, you know, the follow the team in the project, everything I've been showing below. You know, and they have the proper links there, so you can go and spend that tax money and support independent creators by buying awesome books like California, all right, and making sure that Californians succeed. You know, I think you guys got California succeeding here, but like in real life, it's going to be Texas apparently.
Florida, right? Yeah.
What about that TV show coming out called Civil War, where somehow they think in that movie that California and Texas will be seceding together, which is like, I mean, it's so ridiculous. Like, I kind of want to see what that's about now.
You and me both. Yo, I'm telling you.
Can Californians and Texans get along?
Sure. I mean, listen.
Yeah, I would say so, definitely.
No, honestly,
as a populace.
I had a great time the many times I've gone to Texas for work. So My own personal experience, I've had a great time.
You know what it is? You guys will definitely be at peace with one another in California and Texas, I think, because of the mutual love for good burritos, and Mexican food. So I think through food, the two nations will be united.
I don't know.
Unless we run out of a certain spice and one side has more of it than the other, then the spice wars begin and it's a wrap,
Yeah, they got the Tex-Mex thing down for sure. One thing we don't have well enough here in California is the queso, for sure. We need to do better on that.
You admit your weakness. All right, there we go.
All right. I may be unexperienced with queso then, because I don't recall. I've not had queso from Texas. So
oh, all right. We need to fix that. We need to go to some kind of con in Austin or something and fix that.
Well, I gotta travel to fix that myself. I just gotta get the hell out of where I'm at.
Where are you, Al?
Right now I'm in Massachusetts. This weekend, the 9th. I don't know if you guys know. There's an amazing con happening in Connecticut. It's a one-day con for independent comic creators called the Indie Comics Creator Con.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So really cool. Over 100 independent creators only. It isn't about movies and stuff like that. No, it is about comic books, artists, writers. You know what I mean? Amazing projects. So I'm excited. I'll take a lot of pictures and share. Hopefully, meet a lot of amazing, individuals there. That's what I'm looking
that's
for.
happening this weekend.
This weekend, this Saturday.
Oh, sweet. That sounds awesome.
If you run into Kat and Phil over at Lifeline Comics, tell them I said what's up. They're great. They're great people.
Lifeline. Let me do old school. Look, folks, I use old school instruments. I don't always type. I have pens. What I mean? Right, Lifeline Comics. All right, but
Kat is a very good. She likes to really push out other indie creators. So I think you two get along. Yeah.
Let me ask you, as a writer, how do you balance the world building and the character development, the plot progression to keep the readers engaged from issue to issue? Because again, you have me hooked. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite things to do before I wrote this was I found some of my favorite books in, let's say, Greg Rucka's Lazarus.
I love that book. Yeah.
Rick Remender's Deadly Class. Even something like Scott Snyder's Batman New 52. I took the first 3 or 4 issues and literally broke them down for myself and just kind of studied them. I said, well, you have this many pages in the beginning is dedicated towards this mini arc, and what are each panels doing? What's the point of that section? And then I broke down why does that specific dialogue happen there? Does it trigger something else later? So I studied a lot for a while and I realized it's very similar to music. You gotta set a type of rhythm, take people in and out of feelings so that you're not overwhelming them with just kind of tension the whole time. Finding where the beats are, and then saw how that would apply towards my story, and just kind of went off from there. And I knew that I wanted to talk about the brother and sister, but I knew that if I put them in issue 1, that'd be too much information to cram into 24 pages. So I figured introducing them would be kind of a nice way to kind of spin the story on the second issue and give them their deserved time too. So it's a little bit of playing. It's not a little, it's a lot of playing. You write certain beats and you see where they fit, and then you adjust and keep playing. It's something I hope AI never learns how to do.
All right. So then, in terms of the pacing and structure, what lessons have you learned from that previous issue then to ensure that compelling and satisfying reading experience, especially since you said to me now, that issue 3, you guys are almost there at the finish line with that.
Yeah. So issue 2 is much has a decent amount of action, and Dave and I were just talking about this morning. Issue 3 has a lot more talking heads, and then little pockets of really intense, I would say action that kind of contrasts really well. So it was a different amount of contrast, where the first one was a lot of action, and it kind of goes back and forth and changes, but stays within its own voice. So I don't know how many things we've actually changed or updated since, but trying to emphasize and complement what Dave has done well and continued with that. So, I mean, Dave, you want to talk about more about your approach, if you've changed anything?
I think the most prominent change was the process, like we talked about a little bit earlier. Other than that, I think I've kind of hit a stride as far as like the style and tools that I'm using and methods of creating the look of the book, which is a stage I like. At this point, there's you try to get all that out as fast as you can too, but usually the first issue there's still kind of this, you're learning the characters, how their faces move, how they react. So at this point, I feel like I know them. I feel like I can draw them and kind of have them, give off the correct emotions that I want.
And you have a trailer here. So you know what, folks? Do you guys want to see this trailer? Do you guys want to see it? You know what? Let's go ahead and throw it down, baby. So that way you guys know more. Like I'm saying, you guys got to spend that money.
A little intense. A little dramatic for a comic book, but it's there. Oh, you're on mute. Looks like Al.
I'm saying with the drama and all, what's going down on this shoo, man, it's just real. It is intense. A lot of a deep story there. Again, folks, right there. You can visit that website right there. All right, California Inc. Comic. All right, very easy.com. Go spend that money, make it happen, folks. All right. So, how excited were you guys again? Because here I see 165 backers on that last project pledge, 7 G's, yo, woo, to bring the baby to life. How excited were you to see such a wonderful reception to the second issue? And how quickly did you get to your goal this time around?
Dave, did we hit it around the midway point? Maybe after third week we got to the numbers, which is good. So the rest was good. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Your memory on that's better than mine. And you were, Art manned a lot of that, and like almost all of it. Really, he kind of coordinated the whole Kickstarter thing. It's like a huge job in and of itself, and Art did an amazing job doing that campaign. He really just put together a real professional look. Everything just looks really awesome. I mean, I think we always get on the projects we like as far as Kickstarter goes. And
I like the sidebar. Yeah, I see. Check that out. Fancy, bro.
Kickstarter's doing some really nice stuff for people shopping, so they could see more of what they're getting, which is kind of cool.
Let me check. Oh man, no retailers, man. What's wrong with you, retailers? You gotta support indie guys. Come on.
We did some.
Yeah,
go ahead. All right.
Yeah, no, the catch up. Yeah, there you go. We had a couple of regular the catch up ones we didn't get, but the regular ones we did. So that was nice.
Excellent. Good. I'm happy. Good for those stores, yo. Those are the ones you gotta support that take care of me. I mean, look at this. Look at the covers, yo. Check them out, yo. I mean, that's
there's variant covers we did. So that's one of the variant covers that I did. But we had Art did a cover. We had some guest artists do some really awesome stuff. So that if the standard cover is not your liking, you've got options with us.
The standard ones are for sure like my favorites, and then the other one's just icing on the cake. If you want a little bit more, and we even got Connor Hughes to do a connecting one, so you see that one connects with the next one underneath it, to show kind of the difference between Robin in her kind of high class studio versus Big Sis there in kind of her makeshift garage studio. They connect left and right over there. Yeah, there you go, right down there.
Yeah, such a sweet cover set.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And for issue 3, we actually have Don Aguilo coming back. If you click on that.
Yeah, I spoke to Don not too long ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he's our dude.
Yeah. I just spent most of the ECCC with him. Lots of goofing off with Don at ECCC.
Don's cool people, very talented, man. A lot of big things happening for him. I'm happy to see people moving forward like that. It's a beautiful thing, man, for real. Like
he deserves it. He's been cranking. He's been doing some great work.
Oh, what's going on here?
That is, if you look closely on Big Sis's left arm in the cover, that's her tattoo.
Where are we going?
Go to the very top. Go to the very top. And I'll actually, there you go. You can barely see it there, but that's her tattoo.
Right there on the arm. All right.
If you want me to give you a little insight on that tattoo, there's some hidden messaging in there. I think I'm breaking the news to you. I was kind of leaving it there so people don't see it, but she and LB are part of what's called Reclaim California, and so you know how California Inc. has the copyright symbol. Inside their symbol is the R, like the
Register.
Register. So it's gonna reclaim. And then you've got the Dreamcatcher, which is traditional with indigenous people. And then the 4 beads are kind of representative of them two plus their parents. And, the Dreamcatcher catches the good dreams and filters down to the feather. And in this case, it's the eagle feather, which is kind of revered as the highest flying bird, which is closest to God. But if you look really close at the bottom of the feather, there's a little California shape in there as well.
Cool. Well, yeah. Showing you California pride, OG. Wow, bro.
Yeah. And you recognize that from issue 2. When you get to certain scenes, you know what that is. Yeah.
So there goes the bed to fire. Many print sets.
Oh yeah, that if you go up, you can see Don's cover he did. Yeah, that's the one. Down a little bit. Down there, that top right corner. That's the one Don did of the first issue. He just does an awesome job on that one.
Yeah, and that link to CaliforniaComic.com, you'll see the pre-launch page, and it's actually led by Don's cover.
Awesome. I mean, look at this, folks. I mean, wow. But they could listen in case they missed out. They could get everything on the website, right?
Yeah, on the website, but also the upcoming Kickstarter will have all 3 issues as well. And it should be a little bit of a discount going that route too. Or no, it's about the same in the end, but at least you can get all at once.
Get them all at once, folks. Again, it's tax season. Don't lie to me. Don't fib. Plus, people get raises right about now too, because the springtime. I know. You gotta take advantage of the spring season coming. I'm telling you, they be in a good mood, son. They'll make it rain. All right. Follow that advice from Mega. If you didn't think you should ask, yes, you should. All right. Now, there we go. This is dope, though. I'm digging it. So, what's up, then? You say you're on 3.
Try clicking on that issue 3 button right there, real quick. There you go, and you'll see Don's latest cover. Look at that.
Oh, damn, bruh.
Yeah, Don killed that one. Look at that.
That's it. From now on, it's gonna be Dave. I am the law. Holy shit, yo! I'm telling you, right there. Your nickname from now is I am the. What you mean, bro?
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
There you can see the tattoo better.
Yes, for sure.
Yo, talk about that, Dave. Where did you get in, bro? What were you on? Where did you get those gummies?
This is actually Don's cover. Sorry, Don Aguilar's cover.
I'm about to say, man. Oh man, Don killing it.
Yeah.
Man, look at it. They already got 89. They got 89 followers. Hit that notify button, folks, right there. Like that's simple. You get notified. I ain't gonna do my nonsense right now on there. How dare you?
They'll show off my password.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But we'll take care of this for real. This is dope, man. So what's the plan for 3? I mean, have you taken care of everything for 2 already?
Yeah, two has been fulfilled since let's see, November, right, Dave? I think that's when we sent it all out. So
Yeah.
November, in issue 3. This time we're actually gonna get it completely done. And Dave, if you'd like, I mean Dave, Al, if you'd like, I'll send you an early preview of issue 3 before we even launch
Woo!
the Kickstarter.
Yes. I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
got this up. But what's the plan for launch? Any teasing there? Or what you expect?
Yeah, it's gonna be March 19th. But again, the pre-launch page is good to know because within the first 24 hours, there's early bird pricing. So for that first 24 hours, you get kind of a lower pricing in the first 24 hours, as I said like 3 times,
Can
right?
you tease us what type of discount you're giving us? Like, look, we got a lot of people watching right now. These are all Kickstarter and crowdfunding people that love to support indie. Do you know what were you giving us? Is a nice.
Yeah, so like if you want instead of the $7 single PDF, you can get it for 5. And if you want the single issue is normally 15, but it's down to 12. And then actually, if you get all 3 issues instead of 21, I think it's 20. I could triple check that, but it's just a significant different discount too.
There we go, folks. You hear this? You got to make it rain on these independent creators. So now,
that includes shipping, by the way. Those prices include shipping.
Oh, you hear that? Whereby? Now you're talking. Now you're talking, baby. You see that? Nah, that's a bargain. That's a good thing. Now, what's up? Though you guys said that y'all just came off, at least Arthur there, the ECC. Yeah, were you there too, Dave?
No, I didn't go to that one.
What's wrong with you? You gotta hang out too, bro. This right here is going to he traps himself in his house and he just draws, doesn't even go to the barber, nothing. He just happened to shave for the podcast.
You think this background is here to cover up my stuff? It's to cover up my cell. There's like bars behind me.
Arthur got him locked up in the
it's like a dark, cold cell. There's just like a corner where I go, That's it.
Oh my God. I think we're gonna have to start a new hashtag. I don't know what art is doing, but we started a new tag. Save
Dave.
Awesome. So, all right. So, Art, talk to me about that ECC experience, though. Coming off, it's one of the early cons of the year, first cons of the year. What up? What popped off, and how receptive were people to California?
Man, I was just telling Dave this morning how I don't know if it's just me because I'm new to this stuff, but it was especially compared to the last con I went to. This was it's definitely a comic like themed or the fans there are comic fans, and so we're an unknown quantity. We're not like an Image. We're not a Dark Horse. But what helped too is Dave's artwork. It's this massive. Issue number 1 is just this massive banner behind me. So. People were just like, what is this? Like, tell me more. So give them the pitch line. I have both issues with me. And I had a decent amount of people wanting just issue 1. And then their 4-day passes, they're like, they'd come back, either Saturday or even Friday saying, well, I need to get issue 2. And some people just buying all 2 issues plus a couple variants. It was a flattering and very humbling experience with people even coming back later to tell us how much they liked the book. So I don't know if that was just a Seattle thing, but it was a great response. And it felt very validating. I'll say that it was very it felt great. It was nice.
I've been telling you that this joint is fire, that you guys are awesome, and I'm glad that the vibe is getting out there, that people feel it and understand it, because young creators out there do something different, because this is what this book is. This is not your traditional superhero comic book, none of that. This is different. This is fire. It's engaging. It's characters. And I could see this go so many different ways, cartoon, movies, whatever. I can't wait. So, Dave, I gotta ask, when would you have a day pass to go to a con, if at all? Will you be
I'll actually be I'll be at WonderCon. Cool. Which is coming up. Yeah, WonderCon. That one is it's a little closer to home, so it's a little easier to get to. I got a 13-year-old that's going through middle school right now, so I gotta be around for him a lot these days. So, but otherwise, I do try to get to the convention like that. That one I'll probably be at Rose City Comic Con too in Portland, There's some other ones that we're registered for, but I'm not certain yet on those yet. So WonderCon's the closest one.
But anywhere the dynamic duo are gonna connect like the Wonder Twins and lock it down over there.
Actually, I'm not making WonderCon. I'm going there as an attendee. I signed up too late because I'm a bum and I completely forgot or something dumb like that. But I will be signing up for Rose City later, actually today, and then Al, I have signed up for NYCC, so hope to see you out there. That'll be my first.
Yeah, let's make it happen over there. We'll grab a drink or smoke or whatever your vice. Don't you worry.
Awesome.
Candy and drinks.
Yeah, there we go. Absolutely. That's what you gotta do in New York. It's all over there anyway. So even if I smoked in front of you, we're gonna get secondhand anyway. Because the moment you walk into the streets, the moment I landed in New York when I got there from Florida, and I hadn't lived in New York, for 5 years. The moment I got home and I started walking around the hood, I'm like, wow, what the fuck? Everyone is smoking. I was packed. I'm like, where's the cops? And my friend is like, could you stop being nervous? I'm a 90s guy. I got bagged for a dime bag once. A dime bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you a little paranoid.
Yeah, so he's like, just calm down. Dude. Well, he took me down the hood where there was kids. They look like kids, but they're probably 18. With fold-up tables selling it in jars right on the corner. Like, yeah, we got the goods. I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? What is
Times have changed.
Yo, I'm bugging out. Like Amsterdam has come to New York. What the hell?
Oh wow, yeah, I haven't been to New York in a long time. I used to go there frequently because I have family there, but I haven't been for forever. So yeah.
They're smart though, because they will go in the spots where they have the good bars or the good pizza spots. Because when you smoke, when you drink, you want to smoke, or either after you smoke, you want good pizza. So there you go. You win either way. That neighborhood was making money. Let's go. Like California Inc., I'm pretty sure there's probably a pizza mafia over there or something, or whatever your food of choice is over there.
We got good pizza out here. We got good pizza. I like to make pizza too. I'm a pizza making hobbyist. I do think pretty good pizza though. Yeah.
Dave, did I not take you to a really good spot when you're here in San Diego?
He did, and I'm like
he's kind of snobby.
I'm a little snobby with my pizza. I'm a little bougie with my pizza. And Art brought me to a place that it was legit. That was good stuff.
It was run by Italians, if that helps.
That does help. It makes it better.
And hopefully in New York, or OG Italians, they make it right. I seen a funny meme where some guy goes into a real OG Italian pizzeria. They only have the good stuff like fresh, brick oven. And they serve them, and the dude pulls out a jar of pineapples. And he's about to go like this. This chef jumped like, no, pineapple. What's the matter with you? Started dying. I'm not a fan of that. If you guys are, no offense.
No. I agree.
I can appreciate it. I'm Californian, so that's why my senses are messed up.
I'm
Californian. I don't like pineapple on my pizza.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
that's what's gonna divide California.
Yeah.
Is the pizza Hawaiian or not Hawaiian?
Pineapple, no pineapple. What side are you on?
Right? Oh shit! But we're gonna break the system, bro. Love it. All right, so I'm digging it. Folks, I'm gonna show the links once more before we go. This is the website you guys need to go to. You get some stuff. That the pre-launch. Get ready. All right, for the next one. Let's get that one to 25 racks. You know what I mean? We need more and more extra pages, more variants, more goodness, and we got to finish the story because I'm telling you, it's hot. It's a hot story. You guys don't know what y'all missing. If you have not picked it up, I highly recommend it. Definitely, as it says, approved by the Comic Crusaders Authority, and we mean that we put that seal of approval on our interviews, yo. And of course, follow the big homies on Instagram at California Ink Comic, right? Then Art Ebuen, and then it's Dave Law. All right, that's it. Simple. All right, you guys got to make it happen. Support in the creators like these guys. So, lastly, just in the year and 3 months we haven't spoken on the project, 2 successful already projects in a row, going on to your third. What advice to everybody tuned in would you give based on what you guys have learned thus far?
You talking to indie creators?
Yeah, everybody, indie creators, whatever, just creators in general, the creative perspective.
Do it. Whatever it is, do it, but learn it and then do it. Don't let nobody stop you. Unless you're hurting somebody.
Don't suck at doing it.
And don't hurt anybody in the process either. Don't be a dick. How about that? Don't be a dick.
We could all use that mantra.
Yeah. Yes. That is definitely the one I agree, especially in the world of independent comics, where I see sometimes so many people, I don't know if it's jealousy or what, just come off so rude. You just, come on. Let's work together. Let's help each other. Let's elevate. Because it's us versus the big ones, and we got to show that we're awesome, Don't let them win. We got this.
Yeah.
It's fun to lift each other up for sure. That's always the good stuff.
It is. That's the best part. Never down. Don't punch down. Punch up, baby. Come on. Come on. All right. Make it happen, baby. That's what I dig. I love talking to these fellas right here. California Inc. They have inspired a revolution apparently in Texas and possibly in California through this comic books. I'm telling you why you guys got to read it. If that does happen, just these are the guys that inspired the idea to these people. I'm telling you. They're dangerous men.
I don't know if I want to take the credit for that.
Dave and I will be arrested in like 10 minutes.
I just drew it, okay? I just drew it.
Wait a minute. Who's that behind you, bro? All right, now, fellas, again, thank you for hanging out. Everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. This is what you guys do. I'm showing the scroll on the bottom. You can follow me on the Real Al Mega. You know what I mean? I have a website at Al Mega Podcast, which I'm going to start building up again along with my brothers on the P3 podcast, Comic Crusaders, of course, undercovercapes.com. And not just that, one of my favorite shows from my big homies, Johnny the Machine Hughes, which you've spoken to, but along with the Professor and the 13th Crusader, the Old Timers Comic Book Show, where the comic books are old, or wait, the hosts are not all the comic books are. I mean, what's going to say they're old, not as old as the comics. Let me tell you, they are, folks. But it's a great show. They educate and put you on. Listen, you want to complain about the stuff you have now, they put you onto stuff maybe that you will enjoy that's from the past that you probably don't even know about. So, like today I put on some people that never read Earth 2 DC stuff. I'm like, what?
They still make you?
He goes, no, what do you mean Earth 2? I'm like, oh shit, are you fucking kidding me right now? Anyway, here, get that. Then he sent me some book that I should be reading too. I wrote that somewhere, and check it out. So that's what I love about the comic book community as well. Let's share awesome books, that make stories that we've not heard. I love it. That's why I love this again. This is new stuff, folks. I ain't playing with y'all. Stay tuned. Hasta la próxima. I appreciate y'all. All right, it's art, it's the law, it's mega. Wepa!
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.